lot. Wait, let me count it. There's 1 Cena, 2 Jericho, 3 Aiden, 4 you again, 5 Callahan, 6 Roman, 7 ACH, 8 Cole, 9 Deshaun, 10 Owens, 11 Trevor.
11 since I won it like less than a year ago.
And there's only been like a couple world heavyweight champions since then.
Yeah, only a few.
Trent, Rustin. Who did Rustin lose it to? Who did Rustin lose it to?
I don't
Trent
think.
lost it to Callahan, then Callahan lost it to Rustin. Rustin lost it to Marcellus.
Yeah, Marcellus.
And then he lost it to Sawyer, who lost it to me. And then, like, me and Sawyer combined had, like, almost 200 days, so that was a long period. And then Cole just won it, so I think that's 7.
Yep.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, well, World Heavyweight Championship is starting to become more prestigious than WRC.
You could definitely make a case for it, because there's been, like, so many WFC champions. There's almost, like, a curse around it right now.
It seems like it.
Hopefully someone can just, do this crazy thing called retaining. I'm sure.
I know, it sounds a little insane, but it's actually possible.
If one day someone can do it, I believe in them.
Maybe we could do the Freeburg rule with the team.
Xavier Woods defends the WRC championship while Kofi Kingston is the champion. Oh, that'd be something.
Okay, what you just brought up about the WIC title. Who do you think is going to win the contendership on Monday, and who do you want to win?
It's gonna be between Leo and Kofi. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, back to the underrated Seth Rollins. He tries so hard and he's so underrated, but we can touch on that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I feel like Leo Rush Xavier, he's been putting in some good work, so I feel like he's gonna get more votes than some people will think. But then Kofi, Deshaun, after the controversial way he lost it, I think he'll win.
Mm-hmm.
I want him or Xavier. I'm fine either or, because I feel like Deshaun sort of got screwed when he lost to Owens, who then changed to a Ka. Like how
Griffin,
guy
guys.
lost to a guy who changed to a Ka. Like, I can't even describe how bad I'd feel.
I can't wait to see Owens come back in like next week or something.
I feel like he'll stay gone for a little bit.
He's definitely gonna come back though.
At some point, definitely. And Xavier, I feel like he really is trying. This is his last hurrah at a singles run. So if he succeeds, that'd be a nice little story to see. But whoever wins at Mayday, because I don't see Trevor retaining, honestly.
No, not a chance in hell.
But whoever wins, I hope they retain it at the June SPV, and then everything can be restored again. At least for summer.
Yep. Or we could have another Keith title reign.
Well, they have to defend it at least once every 2 weeks and lose on every single show except the SPVs.
Exactly. You just summed up my...
That's a Keith title reign.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically how it happened between me and you. I could beat you on any show on Raw any day of the week. Then SummerSlam comes and you go over.
Yep, I barely won too. It was funny with speaking of the Elimination Chamber, how did you think it was gonna unfold anyways, like before the match started? Who do you think was gonna win?
I thought it was gonna be you or Trevor, honestly, because when I got called up in 2015 summer and I was put in the Elimination Chamber match, I remember because I was doing really good at first because I had this gold medal open challenge where I just sort of faced anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that got over with people, so I kept winning. And then Styles, for whatever reason, Shelly's like, you're going to have to beat Kurt Angle in his gold medal open challenge to be in the Elimination Chamber. And I was winning, and then I think it was Sawyer who made a post. I remember because I didn't even vote in that match because I wanted Trevor to get in so I could feud with him. So then after I lost that match and Trevor got into the Elimination Chamber, I lost to Marcus Henry, whatever he was, because all his other company friends voted for him. Mm-hmm. And then I had to win a contenders match to get in. And when I got in, my main goal, honestly, was just to get my name out there. Because, like, people knew me, but I wanted to get to that next level. So if I won, that'd be great. But my main goal was to make sure people knew, hey, this Kurt Angle guy, he's going to be something in the future. Because honestly, I think your promos were better during summer. Your Seth Rollins promos during summer were pretty awesome, pretty spot on.
Thank you.
I remember I forget which promo it was. I remember how it went, but that was the one where I was like, if this guy doesn't win, I really hope I don't get heat if I win. It was the one where you were like, oh, let's see the odds of who's gonna win, and it was like a little paper, and it said Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, like 6 times, and you went, oh, look at that, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that character.
I was like, oh, this is just perfect cockiness mixed with egos, and it was great.
I thought I was going to lose to you, honestly, because I had beaten Trevor by like 1 when I got in, and then I beat you by like, what, 3, I think, or 4?
No, it was more than that. It wasn't great, but it was a good-sized win, from what I remember.
Yeah.
No, I think the thing is, if you're in like an elimination match, and you barely beat someone, then everyone's like, oh, this guy barely got by. He did really good. So then in the next round, you start gaining momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it works out in elimination matches usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a well-deserved. It was I think it was a top 3 rivalry for me easily, because main event at SummerSlam. Can't ask for anything better in my first 3 months as a serious competitor.
Yeah, it was a good match, too. Much better than the World Heavyweight Championship one.
I remember that was the World Heavyweight Championship match was supposed to be the main event. And everyone's like, why? And then eventually they just ended up switching it. Who won that? Was it Trent? Yeah, it was Trent who won that match.
Yeah, because Shelley was like second to last or some shit.
It was Goldberg at the time, I think. And him and Trent were basically just comedic characters at the time, really. And it was basically whose promos are funnier. And Trent had one promo where he had like that post-demonic SpongeBob.
Oh yes, I was just about to say that.
That one was hilarious, and I think that's the one that really got him those
Shell
extra votes.
City.
That launched him. Look at this world where Shelley wins the championship, and it's just like raining hell.
That was funny.
SummerSlam that year was a really good SPV.
Yeah, it was overall. Now let's shift topics to Bullet Club.
All right.
You guys basically disbanded by now, didn't you? You lost a lot of your members.
It's down to Styles, me, Montana's here. Montana's, he's almost done with college, so he's going to rejoin back in the summer full-fledged. Mm-hmm. And so we're like together, but we're like there quietly. And the other Keith, last King Sumi, he was Tonga before he left, like just as a singles guy. So when he came back and he was still Tonga, I was like, hey, you're still Tonga, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, we have a Bullet Club. He's like, and we just like, okay, now we're going to have to join and shit. Like, we can't have Tonga not in Bullet Club when there's one roaming around. So we're sort of there, but we're not there, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. What happened with Styles? Didn't you guys, like, him out or some shit?
Styles, before the Extreme Rules match, he thought after he lost to Paul on, like, Hardcore Hell, I think. Yeah, I think he never said it. He never outright said it. But he got a little bit paranoid, and he's like, I think I'm going to lose because I'm associated with Bullet Club. So he just made a promo kicking himself out of Bullet Club. And then he lost. He was like, oh, swell. And I was like, Styles, stay in Bullet Club and just delete the promo. So he's like, all right, bet. And he went back, deleted it. So we just ignore it like it never happened.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm a little bit sick.
Shut up, Tony. You're ruining my first podcast.
I get to ruin everything. I'm a tyrant. You should know this by now.
You are a tyrant. I still have the evidence of you changing the name to Tony's, what did you say? Like Tyrant Tony's Corp or something?
I changed it to something like that. Something Tony owns Corp or something stupid like that. Just for like a moment.
Yeah, look at you though, technically. You were World Heavyweight Champion in Corp, Raw General Manager. And
I definitely had influence. I'm not going to deny that. And I definitely had my fair share of dick riders. Anyone who's ever been popular in WFC's had dick riders. It's not something new.
Mm-hmm. Just look at Paul back in the day. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, Paul Food was the biggest movement ever when it first hit. Like you can talk about gold for gold and all those other movements that were pretty big, but Paul Food is gonna go unmatched for all of time.
True.
Because that propelled him into the co-main event of WIFC Mania.
Where he got raped.
He lost on like the pre-show of Godfather, and then in 2 months he was.
Oh, I beat him on Godfather. I won.
I remember I was scrolling through old SPVs, and I saw he lost to like Seth Rollins on the pre-show of Godfather or something like that. And then the next month he beats him in a triple threat contenders match for the WIC Championship. I was like, oh, what?
You know how he won that?
Yeah.
He fucking he basically made a tiny dick joke about Seth, and everyone, to the point where it became frustrating on my part, because I would make this cool ass promo and it'd literally have 2 likes and 18 comments making fun of my penis. And I don't even have a fucking Seth Rollins' penis.
Well, if you're playing the character, you got to take in all aspects.
That's not fair. And it just frustrated me because I made a fucking promo, got like 2 likes, and I got 20 comments making fun of my dick. It's not even my freaking dick, it's Seth Rollins'.
Was this around the time when it initially got leaked?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that was a fun time. Not for you, but then you had the cookies movement. That's what you had. I was trying to think. If
I didn't even do anything wrong. People that actually thought I was gonna give them fucking cookies should kill themselves.
What is it? When I first joined WIFC, I had the milk movement, and I had the angle talk show. That's what I had. That was the thing that got me over in Division A.
Well, I was on the angle talk show.
Yeah, you were the one where I think I died on that one. I forget. But the thing with the angle was, I used to put everyone who was on that show over. Like, it doesn't matter who you were going over. I remember, like, the third person I put on, like, okay, how is this working? I'm like, oh, you're going to attack me. They're like, are you sure it's your talk show? I'm like, yeah, but, like, Batista bombed me through a table or whatever. And then it just became, like, a running gag. And then there was one edition of the angle. I think it was with Andrew. And the only promo pics he sent me were, like, ones that I had to, quote-unquote, appear on the Titantron. So I was like, shit, how am I going to put him over when he's on the Titantron? So at the end of the interview, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, I have survived my talk show. And I had the entire the locker room come out and congratulate me. And then I had a sniper snipe me out, and I died. And that's the first time I died on my own talk show.
First of many times.
I died 3 times. I died on Andrew. Skip stabbed me. I can probably find that one where Skip just like flat out stabbed me with a knife and murdered me.
Oh, that's nice.
I like plastered his face on like Brutus, and I was Caesar, and I was like, "It's 2, Skip." And he like whispers, "Yep."
Jesus.
And I think you sent me like Titantron pics too, so I just like killed myself or something. Because our interview was really long, so I had to fit it in at the very end.
Yeah, I think so. Killing yourself 3 times. Okay.
I've died 3 times. Mm-hmm. But it's in kayfabe, so it's not real. You see, I was gonna use my death as a storyline, but then Chris Benoit died, so then I had to come out of storyline to address it. It was really awkward.
So, now it's gonna get controversial. You know how, like, Scott Hall died, quote unquote?
What? Oh, yeah.
I wasn't talking about real Scott Hall.
Trent, yeah. I was like, what? I'm like, did he overdose or something? Like, shit, I didn't hear about this. Oh, Trent. I know you're talking about Trent Old Rock.
Do you believe he actually passed away?
It's a weird situation. Whatever it is, he's not joining WIFC ever again, as far as I know. Maybe he got hurt. If he's really dead, it does not surprise me, honestly, but because no one could ever find the reports of a fatal car crash, which really is weird. But the weirdest thing